Good morning, just grabbing a coffee. You might want to do the same, get yourself a drink and settle in. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a long video, but you might just want to have a little drink and a chat with me. This is the not long awaited weigh-in update video as part of my Thursday reset, and just wanted to chat about something new that I'm doing that's starting today that does still fit alongside the 30-day reset. Don't worry, I'm not changing my plan completely. Just an extra challenge that I'm starting. So I'm going to grab my coffee and then I'm going to get comfortable and I'll tell you all about it. That's better. I've settled in now with my cup of coffee. Just thought I'd have a quick chat with you and a quick catch up, because I was conscious that it's probably 3 weeks since I put my 30-day reset video on with my plan of what I was going to do. Overall, it's gone really well. My work-life balance side of it, which I was really sort of keen on addressing, I do feel like I've addressed. The very first week was tough because I knew I'd have lots of deadlines and I did have to work late, and I worked very late. But since then, I've obviously had some days off work as holiday, and this last week I've really sort of addressed the balance. So I feel like that's something that I'm going to continue working on, but it's gone really well. Weight loss, not so much. So I did start off weighing every day, and this last week or so I've stopped. I've just forgotten to do it. Life's just taken over yet again, and I've just been a bit derailed. So there's a number of things that have kind of happened that have derailed me slightly. I'm not going to go into all of them, but yeah, it's been a tricky one. So I've took a couple of pictures of the scales, not all the time, because I don't take my phone to bed with me, and obviously I use my phone to take my photos and my videos and things. So it's only when I think about it and I go and get it that I actually remember to go and actually take a photo. So you'll see on one of the photos that I've made good progress. I got down to 11.5 from the starting point of 11.9, so I'd lost 4 pounds, and then it started to sneak back up again. And certainly today when I weighed myself, I've gone up. So, and it's an actual overall gain over the 3 weeks of 2 pounds. That doesn't worry me because obviously I've had Easter in there, and I did sort of like have a few good days off plan over Easter. And I think this £2 that I've got now is because I went to my friends on Friday night and we had a Chinese takeaway. And this is all part of lockdown releasing, and I had Monday off and we sort of like went out and had Burger King and things, but we've not been allowed to do these things for a long time, so I'm not going to beat myself up and I'm not going to stop myself doing these things. I do need to make myself a bit more accountable and perhaps plan for them a bit better. But I just got carried away in the moment. I had 3 gins at my friend's, and we then switched to tea because it was blooming freezing outside, and we obviously a garden visit. But I had a takeaway and it was delicious. So that is why I've got the slight gain now. And also because I've started a new workout plan, which is weightlifting, and that always has that initial effect on me. So it does settle down and then goes the other way. So not worried about the 2 pounds. Kind of, you know, disappointed in myself in one sense. I can see the scales sneaking up. The scales are showing 11.11 currently, and I don't want them to get to 12. So I'm nipping it in the bud now. So yeah, so this new challenge that I'm doing, I've mentioned before, I think in a previous video, well, a couple of previous videos, that I watched someone called Beatrice Caruso, that's an American vlogger, not younger than me, but I absolutely love her channel. And she's on a mission to try and lose 100 pounds. She doesn't set herself any timescales for doing it, and she's very much like me in that she's sort of like self-sabotages sometimes, has binges, mental health problems, things like that. But she's basically organised a 67-day challenge, which is a 67 try your best bitch challenge. So that starts today. So I'm going to be tracking my progress for that. I'm still going to finish doing my Thursday reset, so next week I'll see where I got to. But I am doing this for the next 67 days, and I'm going to try and follow it religiously. So the rules of this, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rules, main rules, and you kind of adapt it to what you want. So the first one is to decide what diet you want to follow and to stick to it. So obviously I'm following calorie counting. I last week went on the James Smith Academy website after watching Kazza and Joanne Morgan, and I've checked my calories. I've also, as part of my workout, on the Beachbody On Demand, they tell you at the start of the workout to work out your calorie band for the diet and things. And ironically, they've come out exactly the same. So it came out at, I think it was 1,656 a day that I'm allowed. So I've set my calories at that. I haven't set myself as an easier day, just because I don't want to do that at the moment. I do think that there will be certain times that I have to plan for, and I will probably utilise it then. Whether I set my app to do it or whether I just do it myself, I don't know. But yeah, so the basics of this plan, this challenge, is that you set your goal and you stick to it. So my goal is to stick to calorie counting every day, apart from the days where I have planned not to be within 1,656 calories. So within the next 6 to 7 days, for example, I will have my wedding anniversary. So I will try and have a meal out if we're allowed to do so at that point. And we have Ewan's birthday, which should fall just after everything kind of goes back to normal. So we may have a family gathering, or we may go out for a meal. And on those particular days, I will still be conscious and mindful of calorie counting, but I will go over my calories. But that is part of what I'm planning. So it is still on track, and I don't know why I'm doing all through my hands today, like some sort of lecturer. Though I will still be on track at that point. So I will try and accommodate it within my calories. But if I can't, I'm not going to beat myself up about it, because, you know, life and all that. The next thing that is on the list is 5 hours of exercise per week. Now, I think you can put whatever you like in here, so it doesn't have to be 5 hours of exercise. I think if you're starting out and, you know, you'd put 5 times whatever exercise. But I have just restarted this week doing the 80-day obsession workouts, which I did last year, and I really enjoyed. So I'm going to try and do that. So my 5 hours of exercise per week will be 80-day obsession workouts, and it will be a mixture of hopefully going out for runs and walking. This time when I'm doing 80 days, I'm not beating myself up about doing it every single day consecutively. If I miss a day, then the following day I will just get back on to the day that I should have been doing. I put a lot of pressure on myself last time. I have a habit of doing that, putting pressure on myself when I don't need to. These are my rules, and I don't expect to get the results that all the cast on 80-day obsession are getting, because they're following time nutrition, which again isn't easy when you've got a family at home. So I'm just doing the workouts and doing the best I can. So that's the plan. And the whole thing with this is that if you don't manage to do your 5 hours, you don't then try and cram 5 hours in on the Sunday to fit it in just to tick your boxes. Basically, the next point is that you have slip-ups and self-reflection. So the next point is, like I've just said, if for example you don't do your 5 hours of exercise, you reflect on why you haven't and how you haven't managed to fit it in, and then you sort of hatch a plan for the following week as to how you're going to rectify it. Same with any diets. The section 3 is all about self-reflection over the last week. So if you find that you haven't stuck to your calories for whatever reason, you look at why and you try and rectify it. So it could be that you think, right, well, I need to meal plan for next week because I wasn't handling this very well because of work and stuff. Which I think is really good, because I am terrible, as you know, for self-sabotage. So this should stop me doing that, because this basically allows me to reflect on what I've done and how I've done it and why I've done it, and hopefully try and self-improve the following week, rather than letting it build up and me sort of thinking, that's it, I've completely messed it up. The next one is hydration. Really bad at this. I always have my morning coffee, as you know, and I have several cups of tea with a tiny bit of milk in. In the summer, I don't have a problem. I will drink several of these because it's hot and it's nice and cool. Over the sort of winter months, I've been really bad. I have been trying to drink more green tea, but I have been bad. So hopefully now that the warmer weather is starting to appear and the nicer days, I shall be fitting more hydration in. And also when I exercise, I tend to drink more anyway. So hopefully that will all go hand in hand. I haven't yet decided, I don't think, what I'm doing with this, but I'm thinking if I have my morning coffee, I normally will have a cup of tea or 2 in the morning as well. So if I can fit in, I think 3 or 4 of these bottles, plus my hot drinks. I tend to finish the day on a hot drink as well, and I might even have one in the afternoon. I might have a nice coffee over the summer. So I think as long as I fit in 3 or 4 of these in addition to my normal drinks, that should be plenty of hydration. The next one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is measure progress. So you can choose how you want to measure your progress, whether that's weigh-in, photos, measuring. So obviously, you know that I measured at the start of my 20-day reset. I also took some progress photos. I'm not prepared to share those at the moment. I'm not prepared to show you where I am now because there's not enough of a difference. If anything, it's probably gone the opposite way after my little Chinese. So I am going to continue to weigh in, maybe not every day, but I'm going to try and I'm going to definitely at least weigh in once a week, because obviously I want to record it in my journaling, and I'm going to continue to take measurements. I'm going to try and do them maybe not every week, every couple of weeks if I can. Overall, I just want to be able to measure the progress at the start and end. So as long as I'm following it all the way through and doing some sort of measure during the week, week on week, that should be fine. The next one is read a book. That's a bit more challenging for me. I love reading. I really do love reading. But I haven't chosen the book I want to read yet, and I find it hard to make time. So this kind of all dovetails in with me trying to go to bed a bit earlier, I think. I need to fit my reading in, perhaps at the end of the day, because I get up and I empty the dishwasher and get sort of swept up in the day and get logged on, and the day just goes away from me. So I think if I try and read my book at the end of the day, there's no set target on this. So it's not like read a book every week or try and do this many books. It's just read a book. So 6 to 7 days, I should be able to finish a book. I was trying to think of whether to go for like an intelligent book that's like something that's self-help and learning, or whether just to go for a fiction. And I'm thinking that I'm probably just going to go for a fiction book, because I need to be able to enjoy it, to get into it. Haven't decided on that yet. That's one of my jobs for today, is to try and decide what book I'm reading and get started on it. The next one is a mental health focused activity. So this is to do 10 minutes per day where you can kind of focus on yourself. So I am going to try and update my journal, which will take up some time, and I'm going to try and go back to meditating, because I was doing that last year quite successfully. Just a bit of breathing, something like that. But I'm definitely going to do my journaling, so that's the main one for me really. And the last one is to try something new every week. So I think mainly for me that'll probably be recipes, but this week, for example, I thought it was next to me, but it's not. I'm going to stick on a silver toner, a new silver toner that I got at Junction 28. So that'll be me trying something new this week. It could be trying some new makeup. It could be trying, like I say, doing recipes. But you have to, a new craft activity, like a new crochet stitch or something. But yeah, it's just to try something new every single week. And that's it. So I'm really excited. I'm going to sit down now and set my bullet journal up with a tracker, so I can easily track all of this stuff every day. And I'm really excited. And because I've joined a Discord channel to chat with other people, I'm hoping it will keep me focused on what I'm doing. I'm not promising that I'm going to do tons of videos. I'm definitely going to try and do a video a week on my progress. And I will still try and do somewhat 8 in a days. Just to go back on that, I have recorded a bit of footage this week, but I haven't had a chance to sort of edit and upload it yet. I'm going to see what I've got. I haven't been brilliant at recording every single meal, every single day or anything like that. It's been quite a mixed bag. So my dad went to the doctors just over a week ago, probably week last Friday, and he has been diagnosed with dementia. And it's not a big shock, but it's still very upsetting, and it's still sort of like, you know, my mum needs quite a bit of support. I took him for his vaccination this week, and he had a nasty fall, and sort of banged his head and cut his knuckles, and he's hurt all of his ribs, so that was a little bit traumatic. So that was one of the things that's kind of derailed me this week. But so yeah, so that's kind of where I am really. The kids get older and need less support, but then you find that your parents need a little bit more, so it kind of switches, doesn't it? But really excited to start this challenge. I'll insert the 3 pics I've got of the scales showing my various points of progress, or not, as you might think. And yeah, hopefully next week I shall do the final video for my 30-day reset, but it will kind of dovetail into doing my review of my 60-day challenge and how it went, because it's kind of overlapped now. And I didn't want to delay doing this. I want to start with everybody else, so I thought I'd just do this now, just to give you a heads up and let you know where I am. And if I can get some sort of video edited of footage from the last week, then I'll do it. If you don't see one, it's because it was just rubbish and just not worth putting on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked this video, pop a like on there. The charity shops are open again. I have been a couple of times this week, just to the local ones down here, and to be honest, what's been in there has been rubbish. They haven't been accepting donations, and they weren't very much through the last bit of time they were open, so I'm hoping they get some new stuff in soon, because it's a bit dire. I need to sort of go further afield to look at some decent charity shops, but really excited they're open again. I did yesterday pop to MacArthur Glen again with Ewan, and I bought some clothes for Ewan and Eddie. I didn't do a haul because it was all like men's sort of Under Armour sort of fitnessy kind of wear. But I bought myself 2 t-shirts and 2 pairs of like joggings from Gap because they were on offer, and then I got home and realised I bought the wrong size because the Gap jeans, they were US sizing. I've tried really hard, and I even went back without you, and when you went to the car to have a proper look, and I still managed to get the wrong size. Don't want to be sitting in a size 18. I want to, because it's a US 14, which is a UK 18. I don't want to be back in an 18, and they are too big on me, and this is when I've just put them on, so as they stretch during the day, they'll be falling down, so I need to take those back and get another pair. And even though I have put a little bit of weight on, I'm going to try and get a 14 so I can squeeze my backside back into those. So anyway, I'm rambling. I shall catch you next time for the next video. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps my channel and lets me know you're interested. And comment down below, let me know what you're doing and whether you're starting this 67-day challenge with me. I'll be hopefully putting stuff on Instagram to go alongside it. Again, I've been still rubbish at doing that. I find it really hard to sort of balance everything, but trying my best, and that's the only thing I can do. And I shall catch you next time for the next video. See you soon. Bye.